Hello friends and neighbors, it's me, it's Clayton. And I just saw Zootopia today. Now, here's the thing. I'm the kind of guy who thinks that people of all different races, genders, orientations, and backgrounds should come together. And that was exactly what the message was in this film. Now, with Disney's pedigree, you expect a lot. With Frozen, you expect a lot of great music. With Big Hero 6, you expect a lot of great action. With Inside Out, you expect a lot of emotion. But with Zootopia, you expect inclusivity. That was what this film was all about. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The story of this film revolves around Judy Hopps, played by Jennifer Goodwin, who has aspirations to become the first bunny police officer of Zootopia, a city where animals of all different backgrounds and of all different species come together. Seems familiar, doesn't it? Trust me, you get a lot of that in this film. And naturally, being a bunny in a room full of bigger, stronger, tougher animals, she is not treated with respect, and she is not treated the same way everyone else is treated. However, once she manages to get herself involved in a case involving finding a bunch of missing mammals, she gets the help of a con artist named Nick Wilde, played by Jason Bateman, in order to solve the case of what's happening to a bunch of missing predators. And through meeting a bunch of oddball characters, going through a bunch of crazy scenarios, they eventually find why the predators are doing what they're doing. And to spoil it right now would be absolutely blasphemous, so I'm not going to go for any spoilers. I'm just going to cut to what I liked and what I didn't like about the movie. Though when it comes to what I didn't like, that's really only one minor thing. So what did I like about this movie? The vocal performances are amazing. Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman do an amazing job. Secondly, the animation, as expected from Disney, is superb. All the different animal species look exactly how you'd expect them to be. The environments are vibrant and colorful. The city of Zootopia itself is unbelievably imaginative, mixing a city landscape with a Sahara desert, a frozen tundra, a jungle, and even just, typical suburbia, but with animals. It's probably the best furry movie ever made. So, if Sly Cooper can top that, who knows what'll happen. Also, I loved all the references they throw out, because Zootopia offers a lot of clever references to other films that Disney made, and just pop culture in general, that don't feel intrusive. For example, there's one character that will remind you a lot of the Duke of Weselton, Weaseltown. There are references to Frozen, Big Hero 6, a cop movie called 48 Hours, even Moana, which is a film that will be released later this year. If that film can actually beat Zootopia, when it comes to this sort of thing, I'll be shocked. Because the 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes is actually very accurate here. The action sequences are fast, fun, and frenetic. There's tons of action, tons of stuff going on. Almost all the main characters get involved in some way. And also, as I said before, the message of this film is absolutely brilliant. In a time where people are so quick to hate each other or to have prejudices against each other due to their race or their gender or their orientation or the way they look, in a time like this, we need a movie like this to prove that we can all come together, to prove that our differences shouldn't separate us. They should be celebrated. And by having a bunny and a fox deliver that allegorical message, it really does touch upon some subjects that are very timely for today. Issues like racism, sexism, and all forms of prejudice. So instead of the animals being, having all the human characters replaced with animals just being a gimmick like people thought it would, not a lot of people thought it would, but some people thought it would, it's not just a gimmick. It works to the film's benefit for its allegorical message, while keeping the film fun and keeping it absolutely brilliant in its storytelling, its animation, its writing, and its humor. I forgot to mention, the humor in this film is also very funny. Not just the reference-based humor, but also the slapstick, all the clever jokes made by Nick, Judy, and all the other characters. Plus some really well done cameos from Tommy Lister, Shakira, and even Alan Tudyk are brilliant as well. If I have one problem with this movie, please don't kill me if I say this is a problem, but if they have one tiny, eensy, teensy problem, it's that the reveal of the villain, who I will not spoil here, while it's good, I've seen that reveal in a bunch of other cop movies and a bunch of other kids' movies, and it's just because the storytelling here is so brilliant and so well done that I thought this cliche wouldn't be used again. But to be fair, it's not like it completely ruins the film. It's just like, you know, when you're watching a film and it averts all of these cliches and yet it abides to one or two, it just sort of seems like they didn't go all the way with its originality. But the villain turns out to be excellent either way, and if this is your first time seeing this type of film, you'll be legitimately shocked. It's not nearly as predictable as Professor Callahan being the villain in Big Hero 6. So, when it comes to this type of film coming out at this time, I'm absolutely enthralled. Disney, it's kind of shocking how you're not doing anything wrong nowadays. Well, you do a couple of things wrong, but what company doesn't? So, this is almost like an apology for Song of the South, where people of all races, all genders, and all orientations can finally come together as one. So no matter what type of person you are, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, male, female, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. No matter what type of person you are, see this movie. Trust me, you will not regret it. With excellent animation, an inclusive message, brilliant vocal performances, excellent humor, many clever references, and an all-around brilliantly well-done film in all areas, I give Zootopia a perfect 10 out of 10. See you guys later. This film kicks tail.